Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? Good evening and welcome to Bitesize, our Monday live stream and podcast. Woo! What a weekend. How's everybody doing? So, if you're new around here, this is our Monday edition of the Long Run Show. This is the Bitesize. This is a smaller, more digestible offering out of the two. If you're listening to this live, thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you do as you always do, which is stick your comments, questions, whatever you want to talk about into the live stream. I'm going to try something different in a minute on that. And if you're listening to this as a podcast as you're running along, thank you for taking us with you on your run today. We will have viewer interaction, so I'll be answering questions as we go through the show. And I think that's probably about it. Yeah, I think that's it. So how's everybody doing? I say, let me know in the comments. Let me try this, right? Guys, let me know. Firstly, where's Gary? Sound and vision all okay. Now, let me know, Gary, what this looks like. I'm not sure what this does. So I've got to put a box up. Let me put that there. No, it comes along the bottom. I've got no idea. I've got this display thing on the right-hand side. I was hoping it would show comments up on there, but obviously. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Look. So, I don't know whether you can see that because I can see that now. Hopefully, you can see the comments as they're coming through on the chat as well. So, yes. Where do we start? Okay, so let's do housekeeping. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you to all our members of the YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody who liked, commented, on my London Marathon weekend. I really, really appreciate it. It was epic and it's blown me away. The amount of sincere, love sent my way after yesterday's effort. So thank you very much. It's been crazy. I honestly can't keep up with the comments on Strava, on Instagram, and all that sort of stuff. And on the video today, we put out the first sort of race vlog from the London Marathon weekend, London Marathon race, and I can't honestly keep up with the comments. I think it's had over 10,000 views already, so thank you very much. It really does mean a lot. On Sunday, we've got coming out the Runners Weekend from London, which I think you guys are going to dig. It's obviously not as extensive as the If We Went Away, but I think it's kind of cool. Gives you a little bit of insight. We've got like the expo and stuff like that on there, so hopefully you enjoy that. Looking forward, videos this week. Normal services resumed. We've got the Nike Windflow 10 review coming tomorrow, which is not as bad as expected. Some of you may be expecting me to go two-footed, but I was quite well behaved on that one. We've also got a cracking video, actually, I think a lot of you shoe geeks are going to like, which is the rotation video. I put together a rotation video. I think you're going to like that. There's some favorites in there. There's some shoes that I've missed out, but in general, I try to pull together the sort of favorites that's currently in the rotation. I've taken a few out now. So, looking ahead to spring, that's kind of where I'm at with it. So, yeah, so have a look at that. I think that might be coming out on Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure, but check that out. That will come out, I think, on Wednesday. But yeah, and then obviously then we've got the sort of London Marathon weekend video, which I think you'll dig. And then I'm going to record some sort of thoughts on what happened and all that kind of stuff as we go forward from there. Because now we get back running, but also we've got to focus on doing the biking thing for 100 miles. So we've got that coming as well, which, I'm not really looking forward to at all. But let's stay on focus. Let's talk about running because it's a little bit more exciting to talk about biking. Just quickly jump into the chat early doors. Well done on your marathon PB. Thank you very much, Mike. Will I try and beat it next year? Well, I'm in the ballot. Let me know in the comments if you're listening to this live. Are you in the ballot for the London Marathon? Have you gone in for it? I'd be very interested to know if you're planning on doing that, or have you gone in for another one? I'm going to go in for the ballot. I don't take a club place. The club is lucky enough to have several places, but I don't ever take one of them away from another runner. But I will go into the ballot again, but I won't ever take a charity place again because I've got 5 of the medals now. So yeah, I think I've rode my luck on that one, but I will go into the ballot. So let me know if you're going into the ballot, and if I get back there, I will try and beat it. Evening, Robert. Howdy from Prescott. What else? Mick Bryant. Yeah, we're not talking about football tonight, Mick. But yeah, I'm open to taking on the Spurs job. I don't think I could do any worse of the job. It was quite funny. You guys were messaging me yesterday going, don't let it ruin your day, Fordy. Whatever you do, don't put Sky Sports on. So I appreciate the heads up on that one. It was a bit of a disaster, but this is how angry I am. It's the only thing I'm going to say about football. This is how angry I am about the current situation at Tottenham Hotspur Football. I've actually cancelled BT Sport because I just can't. There's never any way we're going to get into the Champions League, and I'm so angry about it, and I refuse to watch him. So there we go. That's how passionate I am about that. So evening, Dawn. Evening, Mark. Thank you, Seamus. Evening to you as well. Thank you very much. Sub 330 next. We'll come on to that. Thanks very much. There's so many. Hello, Barbara. I loved your video of the run. Thank you very, very much. Try and get to some of the questions if we can. So sub 330 next. Yeah, that's got to be the target, I would say. I think the next sensible target is probably 330. In retrospect, do I think I could have gone for it on Sunday? Yes, I was targeting 333. I was too slow in the first half, but I was enjoying running with my mates. So I always take that over anything else. But pace-wise, I was looking for 333. Obviously, was a lot slower than that. But I definitely had that in the legs yesterday. Maybe a fraction more, but whatever. You can't look back, look forward, and I really enjoyed it. That's all that matters, isn't it? So, yeah, thanks very much to Flying Finn on the PB. Yeah, thank you very much. Evening. Who's this? Evening, Martin. Well done. Thanks very much. Lovely to see some new faces in the chat and listening, watching live. Thank you very much to everybody who's watching live. Evening, Barbara. Like I said, who's this? David Long. Well done. Thank you very much, David. Yeah, let me know if you're liking the live stream chat thing on the side. Hopefully, it's Gary. Let me know it's not impacting the viewing pleasure of our audience. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Run Lad Run. Test. Gary's doing a test. Great stuff. Just back from Blackpool. How was Blackpool, Mark? The weather was awful yesterday in London. And I don't understand this, right? And maybe you guys can explain this to me. At one point, and I'm not joking, at one point near Cutty Sark, the race stopped because people didn't want to run through a puddle. Can you work that out? Everyone's hand went up, which was the good thing, right? But I genuinely thought someone had gone down. But when we got to it, it was the fact that there was a puddle and they weren't running through it. I don't know about anybody else, but my feet were already wet by about mile 3. So I didn't understand it. And we'll come on to the shoes in just a second. Evening. So much love. And actually, let's talk about it. So yesterday we ran I'm holding up to the camera if you're listening to the podcast, the Adios Pro 3s, which are, bless them, looking a bit worse for wear. But look, there's plenty of wear on them. Look, see that? And they were brilliant yesterday. They really were. And it was funny. We came out of the gates and we was a bit lively and we was trying to check ourselves back. And I said to the guys, cool, we're going off here. And so I made a good point. He says, because we're in our race shoes, that's the thing, you're training in the other shoes. And then as soon as you put them on a race day, off you go. It was a good shoe. It did exactly what I wanted. The Adios Pro 3 for me yesterday did exactly what I wanted, which was to give me the confidence to run faster than I normally would, but also to have, again, confidence, the fact of if it did get, dark and the mental battles, came in, then I would be able to have the confidence to relax into that shoe. I was very lucky. I didn't have those mental battles yesterday. I ran the whole way and was pulling myself back. From mile 20 to 26, I was trying to rein it in. I was down at like 750, 745 per mile. And every time I hit that, I was like, no, hold it back, Fordy, hold it back. You still got this to do. Because I didn't want to blow up. And in retrospect, again, it's very easy sitting here telling this story, but I should have gone harder. I should have maintained that 750, that 745 pace. But it's all about experience. It's all about confidence. And that's marathons for you. For me, you just got to respect the distance. And I think I showed it the respect, probably a little bit too much yesterday, that it deserved. But the shoe was amazing. The Adios Pro 3 was amazing. It just did everything I wanted it to do. Watch your sizing, because Ben, who was running with us, he had a size that was too small for him, and they tore him apart, he said. But I just thought there was a phenomenal shoe. It really was. Okay, right. So, shoes we got in. So, I got a question for you. Do you think I should get the on-running Cloud Boom Echo thing? I will have to buy that one myself because On Running don't send me shoes because I'm too honest in my reviews, I think. So let me know in the comments whether you think I should get that one or not, because I've got an eye on Hackney Half. I don't know whether a shoe's out or not, but let me know in the comments whether you think I should get that one, and I'll buy that one myself, and we'll take that out. But let me know if you're interested in seeing a review on that one. But yeah, be interested to know whether you want about that one. What else would? I'll tell you what we have got. I don't know if did I show you these last week? The Merrill trail shoes are in. So we'll be up in the trails this week when we get back running. So we've got quite a few trail shoes actually to put some miles. So I might do a trail shootout actually. Would you be interested in seeing that? Let me know. Here we go. What we got here? James Wicks. Evening, Chris. Well done. My feet are ruined from my first. Well, congratulations, mate. That's to be expected. He just got cowboy up. Well done yesterday. Thank you. I ran 4:31 faster. That's great. Any other races to compare to London? Marathon distance. Well, I've not done any of the ones abroad other than Amsterdam. So Amsterdam was good. It was nothing compared to London. But they say New York is mental. Hayden obviously said the crowds at Boston were incredible. So, I can't really comment on that. In terms of other races in the UK that are similar, I would say the Great North Run is up there with the crowd. That's a fantastic event. Well done, Fordy. Thank you very much. How were the Pro 3s? Yeah, I think I just answered that. I managed the first marathon over last week. Well done. That's good, Duncan. Congratulations. Again, your feet are going to be sore, bruv. My right big toe is a little bit swollen. But again, that's to be expected, right? That's just marathons for you. They spit you out and chew you up. You've got to respect them. On Thursday, I caught a toe on a super technical trail during hands and limbs. Oh Jesus! Whereabouts was you doing that trail? Somewhere in Arizona. So jealous. From Kafuzi. Oh, so Mike was on tonight. I didn't catch that. I was a bit gutted. I didn't catch Mike's live stream. Again, if you're new around, he's a true inspiration to me. He's been kind enough, to come on our podcast, and likewise I've been on his live stream. He's an absolute inspiration to me, and genuinely, when I see his times, what they came down from, that's my aspiration there, to achieve what sort of stuff he's done. But yeah, incredible. So I'm glad you managed to catch Mike. Like the new text box. Yeah, Gary. Simon's reaction, right, to the London Marathon is up there. It really is. It's classic Simon. I can't think I could say anything else other than watch the video with his rating of the London Marathon. It's brilliant. It's beyond belief, but it's brilliant. That's what we love about Simon. It just comes out with it. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So make sure you watch that at the end, even if you skip through all the nonsense with me and you just watch his review. I might even, in the runner's review, it's not in there, but I might even put it back in there. Because that's final cut, but I'm tempted to put it back because it's such a brilliant moment when he gives his rating for the London Marathon. I might actually put it back in for the Runners Weekend video that comes out the weekend. It's so harsh. It's great. Yeah, great running, Chris. Thank you very much. Well done on well done. 4:02. That's good. You go again. Okay, this is a good question. Chris, how did your fueling go? You know what? I was bang on. I really felt the difference between running with every 4 miles. I had Lucasade Sport, the cups. Every Lucasade Sport station, I took the Lucasade Sport. I actually stopped, drunk it, and carried on. I just couldn't see the point of trying to get that all over me because the stuff's so sticky. It's disgusting. So I stopped and drunk that and then went because it was, net it would have been the same time. And I feel that made a difference. I took water at every 4 mile marker. So because I take a gel and then I would take water, and that seemed to work as well. I would say that the gels and all the Lucasade was repeating on me at about 25 miles. And even as I was coming around Buckingham Palace, I was burping and it was disgusting. And it was just caught, in your chest where you can't digest it. I think if I'd have done another couple of miles, we might have seen all that come up. But it was fine. Once I finished and I'd stopped running, all the gels, water, and everything else had sort of sunk in. So that was okay. But my fueling was on point, and I do think that made a difference. I took 2 caffeine gels. I took one at 20 miles, and I took one at 23 miles. 2 caffeine gels. Before that, I had non-caffeinated gels, and it seemed to work really, really well. Congrats on the PB. Thank you very much. What's this from Ben? It's amazing how you can do all this training, run some big races, still have time to test all those shoes. It's because I'm a hero, Ben. That's basically what it is. Inspiring. That's just the way we roll. Yeah. There we go. Great work on Sunday. Thank you very much. The chat is looking very professional. Now, that is not one word I would have expected. Yeah, to come along with 40 runs and the way we roll. We sort of turn on the camera and off we go. You see the videos. So thank you very much. I'll take that as a massive compliment. Here we go. Yesterday I ran my PB for wow, 4:55 down to 4:29. Well done. That's unbelievable. Yeah, big shout out to the cheer station. The 40 Runs cheer station was epic. I stopped for a quick photo. I did notice Hayden was in his Boston jacket. I don't actually think he's taken off. I think he's been wearing his Boston finishers jacket. I don't think it's actually come off. But yeah, that was epic. Got a shout out to the volunteers, the 40 Runs volunteers. I saw them at the start. We was in the yellow start, and over in Blackheath, Al and all that, they were on the other side on the trucks, and we saw them. They came out and had a chat. We were shouting across where the elites were warming up. On the video on Sunday, you'll see the elites warming up and the ladies, and they were doing their cool thing. It's really good. Watch it, because I caught that on film. But I was chatting across them to the guys, and then when I finished, when I was getting the foil blanket, Jonathan was there, and then I saw everybody else. So all our volunteers were there. So big shout out to all our volunteers as well. That's incredible. Just to say thanks for the Coke tip. You're welcome. That's Coca-Cola, not the illegal substance. Managed to call in 3:43. That's a spanking effort. That really is. Well done. Here we go. God, guys, this is great. Thanks everybody for tuning in and putting the comments. I'm going to put my chair up because it's falling down. I've got to invest in a new chair. By the way, do you like? You ain't going to see this on the podcast, but look, have a look at the finishers t-shirt. Let me know in the live stream if you like that or not. Mind you, you've probably seen them all on Instagram. Finally cracked sub 4. Well done, Lee. Congratulations. This is Robert. Would you do anything different if chasing another PP? Robert, are you talking about training or in the race? And I'll come back to you. Stick that in the what's it called? In the comments thing. Here we go. After not feeling a Saucony Pro 3 at the beginning, needs must yesterday. My calf in there. Yeah. Pro 3, Saucony Pro 3, great shoe. There was loads of shoes. Interesting to see the ladies winner of the marathon was in the Alpha Fly, the new Alpha Fly. That was quite cool. But there was a lot of super shoes out. Saw some people running in some really cool shoes like the Kinvara. I saw a guy running in the Kinvara 13, which I thought that's a big call. I saw a lady running in the Reebok Energy Float Ride 4. So hats off to her. So it just shows you, people, you can get round in any shoe you like. Didn't see any barefoot runners. This one, here we go. What's this chat? Julian, was it tough doing the fundraising? No, this was a charity place from COVID. So this was already raised a few years ago. So I was lucky on that one. But it's hard. Fundraising is hard, people, especially right now. Did you empty the tank? Did I empty the tank? No, probably not. I think I had more. Good question here. Pay for Manchester, and I'm in the banner. Either way, good luck. Run, lad, run. Yeah, if you don't get in London, there's London's not the end of is the be all and end all. People, there's plenty of other races, good races to do around the world. Obviously, London for me special. Home race, home major, all that sort of stuff. Pinnacle for me of running. It's not. What's the best way to describe it? There's still other races I want to do now. My eyes have been opened by the likes of people like Hayden and stuff like that, doing all the other cool things in Speako. So yeah, but I do think for me, London will always be, my favourite, if not the favourite. The crowds yesterday. I tell you what was the one that really blew me away was Canary Wharf yesterday. Which, if you're listening to this from somewhere else in the world, Canary Wharf's like another financial district we've got in London. It's in the East End. That was mental, absolutely crazy. That was the loudest I've ever heard Canary Wharf, and it was. Don't forget, it was absolutely sitting it down for the rain. The crowds were just unbelievable. It was like a wall of sound going in there. Really was truly epic. Really was. David, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't know about this when the draw is. I'll be honest with you. I've not put in. I will do, but I've not put in. So I don't know when the ballot's drawn out. I hope it is June. Gives everybody plenty of time. I still don't know why they can't draw the ballot out in a week. Did you empty the tank? You look pretty fresh. Yeah. It was hard to maintain pace because I was weaving. There was a fair bit of weaving to be done. Which is I ain't got a problem with. It seemed to be narrow in places. The volunteers who are amazing, right, kept bringing the lanes in to let people cross, and I was finding there was a lot of bottlenecks, and then everybody would get sort of bound up, and then it would go off again, and everyone would then find their pace. So you kind of struggled a bit in areas. I say it didn't help when people just didn't want to run through a puddle, but yeah, it was hard. It was hard to get some of that pace back. But yeah, I definitely had more. I ran the first half too slow, but you never know, right? You just don't know. It's very easy to sit here and say that now, yeah. And also, I probably could have gone harder in the second half. Like I said, I was reining back at 7:50, 7:45 per mile on my watch, which wasn't brilliant, by the way. You can't really gauge it. I was looking more on my overall time and working out where I needed to be, but I definitely was. I was definitely holding myself back probably too much. Again, scared of what could happen. It's that anxiety. Oh, I don't want to walk. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Well, believe in yourself, and you can do it, right? But yeah, we live to fight another day. What's this one? Gary, I never. But it's a yeah. Enter the ballot. What's the downside? Well, here we go. Cheering for Man City. I'm not talking about football. What's this? Do you honestly think by donating your race fee will make any? No, none at all. None at all. You know what? I'll make you laugh, Seamus. Could push Hayden for a good for age. Now you got to remember Hayden's 82, right? So he's in his age class is a little bit different to mine. But I genuinely the thought has crossed my mind. That's about as all I'm going to say on that for now. How was the running vest? So a little bit topical because obviously 40 Runs Running Club's my club that I didn't run in a club top, which some people I don't know if they didn't like it, but they couldn't understand. But yesterday it's so nice that so many people now because of this the podcast and the YouTube channel and everything else they recognize me, which is really nice. Yeah. And like even when we was waiting to go for a wee in the Yellow Star and things like that, people were chatting to me and then even through the course I had no branding on other than my hat. People were still coming up and saying hello, which is fantastic, and the people sharing that, and it's lovely. I'm not saying I don't want it, but I really wanted to run my own race yesterday, and I felt that I'm quite noticeable if I've got a 40 runs top on. I'm probably even more noticeable with the camera and stuff like that. So I wanted to get my head in gear because if I had to dig in deep in the second half, this is not to be disrespectful, but I didn't want any distractions. It's lovely, but I didn't want any distractions if I was having to dig deep. So I opted because Speedgoat really nicely, kindly brought me back a Run Tokyo singlet, which was beautiful. He gave it to me for my birthday. And I wanted to channel my inner Speedgoat as well. So I thought it was fitting to wear that. I will always wear a club top, but this time I just wanted to be a little bit selfish, and hopefully people can understand that. The good thing is the club chairman was okay with it. We don't make people differences with our club. When I set the club up, I made sure that one of the number one rules was that you don't have to wear club kit. And it's amazing that people do run in the club kit and they're proud to run in the club kit. But I will never make it mandatory to do anything you didn't want to do. People can't necessarily afford stuff, and you can run whatever you want to run. So I won't make it mandatory ever and allow that ever to be put into the constitution that people have to run in a 40 run stop. I think that's not right. You run whatever you want to run and whatever you're comfortable in. And for me, just this once, I wanted to fly under the radar. And it's funny. I ran the second half and nobody really saw me, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I managed to get my own space and do my own thing, which hopefully people. Ben, you're not being very nice in the comments. I'm going to turn you off. Don't you run for times? I don't think you're being very nice. So Ben Notley, don't bother commenting anymore. What was Simon's marathon time? He was, well, this is the weird thing. He says 4:01, but his Strava was saying, and again, listen, you don't necessarily all the time take Strava, but his Strava was 3:50, I think it was 3:58. I said it in the video, and he ran over 26 miles. Okay, he didn't follow the blue line, so we're not sure. I've not actually checked the official times, so I hope it's under 4:01. But on the app, it did say 4:01, so not so sure about that. What ultra marathon would you recommend in the UK, 40? Oh, there's quite a few, isn't there? I'll be honest with you. I found it just as cheap, relative, to go to Amsterdam. I know it's not in the UK, so that's not helping. But I really, really enjoyed the Amsterdam Marathon, and the flights I got on early, and they're relatively cheap, probably the price of a train ticket. And the hotel I stayed at by the airport, so it was cheaper than a hotel in London. And the race fee was all right, and I had a really good time. So I know it doesn't answer the question. There are some, some cracking races out there, but yeah, I really enjoyed Amsterdam in October. I thought it was a cracker. Here we go. What's this? Again, guys, thanks very much for. If I have to do a little bit longer tonight, I will. I don't mind staying on a little bit because you guys have just been amazing putting all these comments in. Robert Ashworth, I'm not running tonight, so watching live. That's awesome. Robert, did Simon's race go to plan? I would say no. But I'll let him discuss that. It's not fair to talk about him when he's not here. He ran a good race. I'm just pleased he's home and safe and healthy, and I hope that he did get under that. What's it called? 4-hour mark. There we go. But if he didn't, he'll get it next time because he's a super runner. What have we got here? What are your thoughts on the Asics Metaspeed Sky? Yeah, I've not tried the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus. It's a shoe that I didn't go for. I just found that the Adidas shoes, the Pro 3s, work for me. So I didn't go for the Metaspeed Sky Plus. But Simon's got them. He ran, I think it was either a half or 10K PB in them. So he loves them. What's this? This sounds good. All right, Steve. Hi, Chris. I ran a 3:49, which was a 34-minute 58. So let's say 35-minute PB. Amazing. And the Vaporfly too. Yeah, it's an unbelievable shoe. Really is. Really is. Oh, what's this? I stupidly wore the white colorway. What colorway and what? Which shoes? Tell me. Here we go. What's this? It was great to see Ben. Yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely running the marathon with Ben, and it was lovely running it with Simon. And that's why I say, I don't really care about the fact that I was not at 3:33 or whatever. It makes no difference to me because I got to run the first half with my mates, and you'll never take that away from me. Crossing the bridge with those two running their first time over the bridge. It's epic. You watch the video of us going over Tower Bridge and the noise and the elation. And it was just such an amazing feeling. I mean, Ben's doing a selfie and all this kind of stuff. Simon's hooping up the crowd behind. It was just, it was incredible. It really is. It was an incredible experience. And to share it with your mates, to share it with two people that you've seen their journeys and being part of that journey. I mean, I wrote Ben's plan, for example, and to see him smash the 3:42 on a plan that I'd written for him, right, as a coach, and I'd been helping him out over the last 16 weeks and, telling him what to do and when, because he had other ideas. To see that come to fruition It's amazing. It's amazing. It's almost better than running a time yourself. To be honest, with a coach's hat on, it's so rewarding to see. And I've got to give a shout out to Jonathan as well, who ran an amazing time yesterday. Another one of my clients. That's one of the amazing things. I've given plans for loads of people who ran London, and they all smashed it. I think so. Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, to do that with my mates was incredible. Mark doesn't look like he done. Was this the event was uninspiring? Oh, but you was ruined by the calf. Okay, well you come back, fight again. Any stability issues with the Pro 3 over the marathon? Are we talking Adidas, Rob, or are we talking Saucony? If it's the Adidas, none. I had no pronation issues at all. It was an absolute dream to run in that shoe. It was raining yesterday. You're going to get wet feet from head to toe. That's why. Yeah, you know what, Lee? It's a good point, right? I have to say, on the positive side, through training through this winter in the UK, it has been, from memory, one of the wettest marathon training I've done, wettest and windiest. And I think actually that held me in good stead yesterday. It really did, because we've done a lot of runs where we was absolutely soaked and running with, wet feet and all that kind of stuff. And that's where you need your gear to be on point. Your socks and things like that, and your shoes and all that sort of stuff, knowing that, they're going to be all right if it's absolutely chucking it down. And I think, again, that helped with doing that. But it was good to the fact that it was cooler as well. Vanessa, I'm doing Edinburgh. I've got Saucony Pro 3s, but haven't tried them out yet. I think you should get them out, Vanessa. You should, try and get yourself. I always say 20 to 30 miles, but you want that shoe to feel like when you put it on, that it feels good. Yeah, it feels comfortable. It feels like, I've run in these before. It does. Sorry, I had some of this before I came in here. Now burping as usual. You want that shoe to feel good. You don't want. I mean, I have run shoes where I've had box fresh shoes, but I don't know. There's something nice, having that confidence in a shoe that you've had 20, 30 miles in is nice. It's a nice fan. Oh, Robert. So we're going back to the on running shoes. Never been a fan of them. Yeah, I'm not so sure about these. I think you'd need to to be very honest. I think, yeah, I would avoid Mark Smith. Yeah, again, it's I am tempted to try it, because I saw, mind you, shoot, the lady was wearing in Boston was wearing a different one to the one that's come out. It's just a shame that they won't send us any over. But that's what you get for saying it how it is. Gaz Morris is apologising for being late. Do we let him off? That's what I want to know. I'll let you off, but it's whether the others would. Colin, well done yesterday, mate. Used my Guide 15s and found them very comfortable for the marathon distance. There you go. Guide 15. Incredible. Over the marathon distance. Now, that's a firmer shoe. So well done for you. I saw people in all sorts of shoes yesterday. And again, it just shows you, people, that you don't have to be in carbon plates. You don't have to be in these 250,000 pound shoes or whatever they are now. You can get round in your Guide 15s, your Nova Blasts, and your stuff like that. Any recommendations for half marathons this year? Yeah, I mean, if you're not already got in the Great North Run, I think that's the best one out there. The Southend half marathon's a really good one. If it's a nice day, which it usually is, well, not only does it support a local charity, which is phenomenal, it's a flat, fast race. It's not overly busy, but then afterwards you can sit down in the park and you can have an ice cream and chill out. And it's a really good vibe about it. And if it's warm, you get that nice sea breeze as well. I love it. Obviously, I'm from Essex. Well, I wasn't born in Essex, but I was dragged up in Essex. It's a cracking route. It's flat. You're up and down, which is fine. But if you're looking to put a time on, but yeah, I think other than that, obviously you've got the Great North Run. You've got the bigger ones. But I think I want to try some. I've got Hackney Half coming up, but I want to try some different ones this year. In the sort of middle part of the year, because we've got a really, hopefully, fingers crossed, it all comes off, really exciting end of the year. So let's see what happens there. What's this? Here we go. Stevie, better than Simon's reactions is FORDY'S laugh. I honestly, I hand on heart, I couldn't believe what he gave it. I still can't believe what he gave it. It's the best thing ever. It's just so funny. And then he started going on about Cambridge again. And he started upsetting everybody in Cambridge, which I don't understand why. And then he went on about Edinburgh. I mean, yeah, it's brilliant. Here we go. Do you know when the Good for Age ballot opens for London 24? Gaz, I'm the worst person to ask all these questions. Anything technical, just ask admin. Here we go. What's this? Come back to my look. Caught on a toe on a trail in the Granite Mountain Wilderness outside Prescott, Arizona. If you've ever been to Prescott, Arizona, it's just the most amazing place. Here we go. Did you see the video of the everyday runner leading the marathon off with the elites? Had to look closer to make sure it wasn't the same bloke from the no, it wasn't me. Yeah, I did see that. Quite funny actually. Yeah, it was quite cool being in there yesterday with all these fast guys. It was kind of cool, kind of awesome. But we deliberately stood because we only just crept into that wave, but we out of respect, which I think's the right thing to do. We went into the wave thing last. To make sure that those guys and girls could get out and do their own race. I think that's the right thing to do for me. What do you guys think of the medal being identical to last year's? Out of interest, I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. It's for me, it's another London Marathon medal, and I'm super happy with it. So, I don't really. For me, it's not, it's not the end of the world. It's looking at the medal and going, you know what, I had a good race that day, or you know what, I look at that medal and go, you know what, I had a tough day, but I learned a lot, and that's what I get from looking at the medal and that sense of achievement. So it could have, I don't know, a picture of Simon on it. It wouldn't make any difference to me. Do you know what I mean? I think my first, what's this, Barbara? First ultra. I lost 4 toenails. Oh, Jesus. What's this? Oh, God, thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. I know I keep saying it, but I do. It generally means a lot. And again, thanks to all the comments on today's video and my Strava and Instagram. I genuinely can't keep up with all the comments now. I try and answer as many as I can. I really do. But it's just blown me away, the reception that we get. It really, truly is outstanding. Thank you very much. They're a great shoe, Kevin. Good for speed work too. I don't know what shoe they're talking about. I've lost concentration. I did, what's this? I did the virtual London yesterday. Very lonely, apart from a couple of old chaps that cheered me along the way. 11 minutes, PB. Well done, you. Very generous of some of your paces. You'll get there. Don't worry about it. Just train hard, be consistent. I think that's the key to this marathon business. Any endurance running is all about consistency. JBS, friend of the show, eating my tea, just wanted to pop in live. Congratulations. Yeah, same back to you, big boy. Same back to you. Robert Race, hang on. What was your question again? There's so many questions, Rob. I don't know what the question was. Stick it in because I'll see it on the new box. So if you put it on the new box, I'll be able to see it as it comes in. So retype where the question was, and I'll pick it up. This is why, hopefully, the new box works. Blimey, we've done 38 minutes already. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a sip of drink while Robert retypes his question in because I kind of forgot. It took most yourself in 2 seconds. Hang on. I think I've drunk too many of them today, by the way. Can anyone let me know in the comments whether there's a limit on how much high five you can have in a day? Because I think I might have overdone it. Okay. I'm keeping an eye on both these boxes now because I'm waiting for Robert to write his question back. Canary Wharf was like that because it was where the 40 Chase, cheer station was. It's true. It was loud, people. End of May for the London ballot result, apparently. So that's not too long to look forward to. Yeah, Rod, this is a good point. This is why I opted out of Manchester. 1 week apart. Manchester and London, 1 week apart. I don't know. Are they doing that next year? I think hopefully not, because I know like it's hard if you get a ballot place. But that's why we sacked Manchester off, because we had London and we wanted to focus on London and have a good time. So that's what it was for us. But let me know, Rod. Is that something that we think is going to be going ahead in the future? That the fact that they're going to continue to do 1 week apart. I really hope they don't. Here we go. What's this? So pleased for you, FORDY, getting a 340 and looking pretty trim in a singlet. Yeah, rocking the singlet. And what you've forgotten is the half tights, people. Don't underestimate the power of the half tight. In my Say Sky half tights, okay? Don't underestimate them. Actually, you know what? It's really easy having all the gels and stuff down the side. Much better than having them in your flip belt. And if, with a flip belt full of gels, it's like you've got somebody pulling on your stomach, but having them in the side pockets, I tell you what, it was a good shout. I expect Say Sky to be selling out of their shorts now. Any chance you'll get a PB in your 100-mile bike challenge? Yes, because it's the only bike challenge I'm going to do, and I aim to finish it. It's going to be ugly, but I aim to finish it, and we are going to be out. The idiot will ride again, probably this weekend. But I've got to get my tyres pumped up. I must do that. I'll go out flat tyres. What's this, Stevie? I'm going to get a new one, by the way. What are the tattoos on your arms? I've got a couple. Well, quite a few. We've got. I'm going to be putting a new tattoo now on at some point as well. Me and Ben were talking about that as we went out. I think we was going over. What was we come between Cutty's Ark and Tower Bridge? We were talking about tattoos. So I've got a couple of things on there. I've got things that mean to me. I've got stuff like I got one half of something that me and my brother have got and things like that. So stuff that means stuff to me, really. They're personal ones. All right. So Robert's back. So he was asking race answer. Would you do anything different for the race? Yes, I think I alluded to earlier, Robert. I think I would run the first half a little bit quicker, not mentally quicker, like mental quicker. The plan was always to go 8:15 and then down to 8 once I'd settled in, and then sort of hold that till about 20 and then drop and just ask the question. I got a little bit held up because of congestion, which I've spoken about. I enjoyed running the pace that I ran with the boys, and I would never go back on that because that was a magical experience. And that sounds a corny word, but it genuinely was going over the tower with those boys and running that with them and being part of their journey. But yeah, so that's probably, I would probably eke a little bit more pace out in the first half, and I probably would have believed in myself even more than I did coming from 20 to 26. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Hopefully that answers that. What's this? Nick Bester just released a video. Gives racing a sub-3 group today. Gives a great feeling of the atmosphere all along the way. Even makes me consider getting a charity prize. Yeah, I mean, do it. Yeah, John, do it. 100% do it. Here we go. Kai Chris, I was looking out for you in your orange vest, but you was wearing the green aces. At least I saw Simon. Thank you very much. Yeah, Nick, as I said, I switched last minute because Speedgoat got me that for my birthday, and I wanted to channel my inner Speedgoat while I was out there. Otherwise, I'd have been in the orange one. But there we go. What's this from Gareth? Well done. Great running. Have you signed up for any more marathons? No comment at the moment. I'm not saying anything on that. When I can reveal what we're doing, I will. But for now, my lips are sealed. Just same question from Robert as well. So let's move on. Highly recommend Chester. Yeah, Gary Chester's a good shout. Isn't Amsterdam sponsored by NN? I'm not sure if it is or it isn't. I don't know who. I think Mizuno sponsored Amsterdam Marathon. I might be wrong. I like 8 p.m. for the start of the podcast. I'm glad you do. I knew you'd run in your. What's this? Here we go. Yesterday I found myself looking at people. Yeah, yesterday I was looking at a lot of people's shoes. It's funny, you're running along and you've got all the time in the world. And I was looking at people's shoes. I was looking at people's pronation. I saw one geezer in the Wave Rebellion Pro. Shouldn't have been wearing them. It was like holding my hands up on the podcast, but it looked like he was going to break his ankles at any minute. What's this? Lee, 40. I ran in the 40 top. And loads of people said I've been seeing your videos. I told them was. Yeah, but that's great, Lee. That's one of the fantastic things about running in a 40 runs top. It's not just about me, but it's about the whole community and things like that. I was talking to someone today. They were on holiday in Wales and they saw one of the 40 runs tops. It made them think about it. But it's something for people to talk to you about, right? Whether they think you're me, whether they think, oh yeah, I listened to that podcast. Oh yeah, I've seen your guys this, I've seen your guys that. It's always something nice. And that was the idea of those tops being so bold and big that they are is to shout, I'm part of 40 Runs and you can talk to me, and I belong here and this is my tribe. But let's all talk about it, because as I said, that's why I started this whole thing, about bringing like everyday runners together, people just like myself, together, and that's what it was all about. So I'm glad that people were talking to you while you was out in your race, because that's the point of the shirt. That is the point of having 40 Runs stamped on your ass. Is so people go up to you and go, oh, that might be 40, or oh yeah, I know those guys, or that's the sort of thing, and that's the reason why they are what they are. And I'm glad that it worked. What's your thoughts on the Nimbus 25? I've done a few videos on them. I think that's the most comfortable shoe other than the Skechers Max Road 6. And I'm not just saying that, oh, he's sponsored by Skechers. I get it all the time. They genuinely are really comfortable. For example, today I went out for 2 walks. Took the birthday boy out and I went for a separate walk. And both times I was in the Skechers Max Road 6. So, that's not just me saying that because, Skechers sponsored. It's just a really comfortable shoe. But I would recommend 100% the Nimbus 25. I just think it's a fantastic shoe. Adios Pro 3s in whites. They would have got ruined yesterday. Differently thinking of doing Chester. Oh, here we go. What's this? Hi, Chris. I wanted under 4 hours yesterday. We got 4:13. That's okay. There's loads of things to do. Was it your first? Was it not? If it's your first, don't put so much pressure on yourself, and your sub 4 will come. Just again, train hard. Put the work in, but most importantly, just be so consistent in your training. That's what I found going from a 4:54 marathon down to 3:39 or whatever it was yesterday. I really would put it down to consistency. I think that's the key. Find that consistency, find that rhythm, which I talk about. And I think you'll be just fine. That's the difference. And like I said on my Instagram post today, belief. That's the key. So 4:54 I was, and I ran what I ran yesterday. So yeah, that's what I would put that down to. What's this? I don't know what hang on, here we go. I'm scrolling through now, people, because I'm conscious of the time. I want to get to some of the stuff. Thank you very much, Andrew Cash. Amazing, thanks. Well done, Chris. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's the video's out on the channel. Again, thanks to everybody, and watch the one on Sunday. I think you'll get a kick out of that. Bedford half September 2nd. Good shout, Jerry Wicks. I love the fact that you guys are talking to each other in the chat. That's brilliant. I love that. What's this? Well done, 40. MK half for me on Monday. Tips for pre-race nerves. I'm questioning everything. Well, I listen, it's totally normal. I spoke to my friends. They gave me some advice. I've got to give a shout out to Jatilla and Hayden and Speedgoat on the show on Friday. I was umming and ahhing whether I should go out for a shakeout on Saturday. They all said yes. I went out for a shakeout. I felt much better after it. So talk to your friends, talk to your running buddies. And yeah, again, as always, with everything in life, right? Everything in life. Talking does help. All right. Does help. What time are you running aiming for at Hackney? I'm not running a time at Hackney. I'm going to go and fun run that one. I've got no aspirations for running a time and a half distance this year. Pretty much because we put in that 1:36 at the London Landmarks. The time that I need to beat this year for me, because it's an outlier on my Strava, because obviously we all obsess over Strava. But no, is I want to knock my 10K time. It's a bit of an outlier. It's 42 and change at the moment, which is, I've run quicker than that, but it was the distance on, this is where it's just so pathetic, but you can all relate to this. The distance was under, it was 9 point something or other. And I didn't know back then how to change it or whatever it was, adjust it. So it's still 42. I can't be bothered to find the run, muck up out of it. So it's a challenge to myself to go out and run a quicker 10K. So no, to answer your question, eventually, I'm not looking to run a time. I'm going to fun run it. And that's why I was asking about the shoes, about whether to get those on running shoes and muck about in them, but we'll see. What else? Just entered the ballot. What's this? Just entered the ballot, hoping for a bit of Irish luck. Yeah, good luck to you. I met a nice Irish lady out on call. She said she listens to the podcast. Best about your marathon was you never stop smiling. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Dermot. Yeah, I had the best time ever yesterday. Really did. Really, really did. James, James, apologies if I say your surname wrong. Chaves. Apologies if I said that wrong. Are you thinking Boston? Maybe. Move on. Let's keep going. Here we go. What's this? Someone's getting annoyed about something. It was annoying running through pain just behind you for most of the race while you looked so comfortable chatting and filming with your GoPro. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I can appreciate that's annoying. Yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, you got there. You got across the line. So well done. Congratulations. Thanks very much, Kim. Here we go. This is a good question. Will you be using a totally different new spec super shoe for upcoming race this year? The Adios Pro 3s are getting probably retired. I'm very blessed and very fortunate to be in a position where I've got multiple shoes at my disposal. If I was a normal human being, then I would be cleaning them and going again in them because they've got plenty of life in these. But these will get retired and put on the trophy rack. I have said and watched the video on my rotation. Yeah, actually, yeah, just watch that shoe video on my rotation. I think that will explain where we're going next with my race day shoes, actually. What's this? Any chance you join the Believe in the Run crew in New York City? No comment. What's this? I'm not sure if anyone saw this. On the red start, just after 5K, the route had cones and a road closed across it until they moved it. Oh dear, I didn't hear about that. To say it was all a bit strange with people not running to run through puddles, and I say that the lanes got narrowed quite often, more often than I'd ever noticed, to be honest with you. So that was quite an experience. What's this? Would Skechers? What's this? Would Skechers send you to races like other brands? The guys at Skechers are amazing. They sponsor the podcast on the Friday. They're incredible. Yeah, they're just a really nice bunch of people over here in the UK. Really supportive, obviously, especially if the podcast on a Friday. But I'm not a sponsored Skechers athlete for anybody who keeps mentioning it in all the videos that I do. Here we go. Did you see the geezer dressed as Big Ben? He couldn't get over the finish line because he was too tall. I did see it. I only saw it actually because when I got home, Daisy was telling me about it. I didn't know about it, and then I looked it up. Yeah, you get amazing, absolutely amazing. And here we go. Look, 328 in my guides. Who needs carbon? Yes, that's what I said, Colin. Who needs carbon? I would have been quite comfortable in my A6 Super Blast, I think. Do I think I would have run the same time? Who knows? But the A6 Super Blast easily would have got me round here yesterday. Whether it would have been the same time, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, at the start of the race, I felt quick, and I think I felt quick because of the shoes, because I put those race day shoes on, and they felt, they felt lively, they felt double busy, and you got to watch that as you go through, and it was cracking, having that sort of rolling start they did again at the London Marathon. A big shout out to London Marathon events. Really, really cracking, organised waves and loads of information on when you should be in your wave and when you should drop your bag off. And, they do the London Marathon so well. They do other things terribly badly, but they do the London Marathon incredibly well. And they did a really good job yesterday. And we crossed the line to the start, and we had free air. Yes, we hung back because again we didn't want to get in anybody's way with some of the faster guys and girls out there. We hung at the back of the wave where we should have been, but it was just awesome to go through there and have that free air. It was lovely having that kind of rolling start and that space to run at the start. It really was nice to be able to then find your pace as you got into your rhythm. Right, I'm going to give you a 2-minute warning, people. Anything else you want to stick in? We've done over tonight, basically because we're celebrating. Next week, normal services resumed. Any recommendations for gels or electrolytes? So I fueled my run on Kendall Mint gels. Got to get it right. They're up there. Kendall Mint gels, KMG, raspberry and mint, I think they were. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Easy on the gut. I've had no touch wood this day after, but touch wood, no side effects from them. They were fantastic. Very, very digestible. They got, I think, a relatively high level of water content, so it's it goes quicker straight into your system. Makes any sense? But it doesn't feel like big blob of sludge. It doesn't feel like jelly like those Morton gels do. They taste okay. So I used them, and then I used 2 out of date that we found out. Yeah, they were out of date. 2 out of date high five caffeine gels that Simon had, basically because we wanted to use them up. We wanted something caffeinated because we'd use them in training, and then we realised, he told me on the train, that they were out of date, which I think is hilarious. Did you use salt tablets? No, I didn't, but Simon did, and I think Ben might have done as well. And they had no problems with them at all. But again, they trained them, yeah. So that was the thing. They did train them. Electrolyte drink, by the way, the only fluid, like I said, was the what's it called? The Lucozade Sport, on course. Right, here we go. Last question. Where did you keep them? Pockets in your half tights? Yes. So final question, as always, about half tights. Love it. I had 3 gels in each side, which was brilliant, and I just worked my way through them. I had 1 caffeine on each side, and each mile would take 1 out of each pocket, and it was brilliant. Those shorts were brilliant. It was a godsend, and I'm really pleased that I found a pair that worked for me. They were really, really comfortable. Really, would recommend the Safe Sky. They're not cheap, but I think you can pick them up cheaper. I would recommend them. And with the singlet, it worked for me. Right, guys, that's it. Whew. Thanks so much to everybody who was watching live. I really do appreciate it. If you're listening to this as a podcast, thank you very much for having us along. Sorry, it's a slightly longer edition tonight. You've had to split this up into 2 runs, maybe. But yeah, it's been an incredible weekend for me. It's been an incredible weekend for 40 Runs, the 40 Runs Club, and the YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you wholeheartedly to everybody who supported 40 Runs over the weekend, who's given me so much love on social media, within the comments on the videos on Strava. And apologies to everybody who, if I haven't replied to a comment that you've left me on any of the platforms, I just honestly can't keep up with them. I genuinely been blown away by the love from you guys. It means a lot. So thank you very much. Congratulations to everybody else who's out running this weekend, whether it be London or wherever else you was doing. We will be back on Friday. I'm on the show, I think, this Friday. We're talking about getting over and dealing with post-marathon blues, post-big race blues, because we've now come out of the marathon season. So what do you do? We're going to be talking about that. I think it's an important topic because it sort of links into mental health as well, which is really key for us at 40 Runs. So we're going to be talking about that on Friday. So join me. I don't know who else is on. I won't know until I switch it on with about 1 minute to go. But I will be live on the channel on Friday. As I said, we've got the big video coming out on Sunday of the Runners Weekend. I think you'll like that. It's a little bit longer than normal. And we've got the rotation video coming out as well this week. I think you'll like that. Okay, guys, that's it from me. I'm going to find the graphics to send you on your merry way. I will catch you later.